in a game like that against a team like that? What does that feel like when you get to celebrate a win like this this late in the season?
It means a lot to have a crowd like that. The student section and all the fans were amazing. They brought a lot of energy for us throughout the game when we made our run and just sticking with us. And this March is the best time for basketball. We want to come out with a lot of energy. I feel like that's what we did today, so it just means a lot to have a great win against a team like that. That's a really good team, so it was pretty good.
Duane, does this game mean anything extra to you being from Grand Rapids, playing Michigan?
You know, a little bit, but just approached it like every single other game that we had. You know, being from Michigan, you know, it portrays that you can have a little more chip on your shoulder or something like that. But you know, I know a lot of the guys and I know a lot of the coaches, so you know, just going out there and playing it like every other game.
So from a shooter's perspective, when one goes in like Andres went in, the three that he banked in straight on at the end of the shot clock, like, just take me through what your thoughts are as you watch that go in. Is that it's our day, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's one of them days. That's what I looked at. See, we made eye contact after that one.
We both said it was good at the same time. He shot it. We both said, that's good at the same time. And it dropped. So it was just one of those days the ball was falling.
CJ, it looked like you were particularly aggressive today, taking the ball to the basket. I think they cut the 6-point lead or 8-point lead down to 2. You took it in the lane. Looked like you wanted to go one-on-one. And how do you know when to force your own offense and get others involved in a game like this?
I would just say just let the game come to me. I feel like me not forcing anything in the first half, they were focused on Duane, focused on Luther, Dre, Caleb, and then, you know, I just took advantage of that, being able to drive the lane. They were helping so much. So I just kind of took advantage of what the defense gave me at the point in time, and I was able to make shots once I got in there.
CJ, this is probably your most complete game since you've been here. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Like, why were you so effective in this many areas of court tonight?
I didn't even know I had that many rebounds. I think that's the most rebounds I've had, like you said, a long time. I was just playing the game. I was just playing as hard as I could, trying to make the right plays for us to win. And it just happened. My teammates were making shots when I got on the ball at the right times. It was just the momentum of the game just took over, and I just took advantage.
Either one of you, is this, like, as far as everybody seemed to be, you know, excelling in their roles a little bit in today's game, was this like the most complete game you guys have had? You know, minus DJ, of course, because I'm not being here.
I just felt like it was a good game. I mean, we approached the game the same way each and every time. We go out and do the same thing with the same focus, same intensity, and just games go different ways. Like I said, it's a long season. I've always said the Big Ten is a tough conference, and, you know, it has its ups and downs. And right now we're on our up, so we just trying to stay consistent with that and just keep going. So I would just say we try to do the same thing every game and just had that intensity, and that's what we did today.
If Wagner doesn't hit that 3 with 0.4 of a second left, they get 4 points in the final 450. What were you guys doing defensively?
You know, we were just fighting. We knew it was going to be a fist fight. You know, CJ had 6 rebounds, and you know, a lot of the guys, Luther was going up and grabbing a whole bunch of rebounds and stuff. So I think we just knew we had to come out swinging and you know, play really, really hard. Not let guys bully us around the paint, be physical, good wall-ups, and nothing easy around the rim. So you know, they tried to decade. We're a little small going up, especially in the starting lineup with them. So you know, just fighting and staying physical.
And Ohio State had a lot of difficulty getting the ball inside in the first half. And then the second half, it looked like you intentionally as a team tried to take it to the hoop. Could you talk about that part?
Because we were making threes, so, I mean, that spaces the floor out by itself. When you're making threes, everybody's so worried about that, not giving up an open 3. And that just makes it easier, you know, getting post touches and driving the lanes and things like that. Like I said, we just took advantage of it, and we were making shots while we were doing that. So it just kind of worked in our favor today, and just try to stay consistent with that.
When you have no DJ, then Kyle, then Alonzo, is that like a rallying point for the guys that are healthy? Hey, we got to do this for each other, but also for the guys that are missing out?
I would say, I'm not trying to sound like cocky or anything, but I would say like our team is kind of built for the moment. Like, we're built for this. Our coaches believe in all of us. He feel like we could play at any level with any team. So no matter if we have all 14 or we have 9 that we have now, everybody's kind of built for that moment. Just take advantage of it and play as hard as possible. And we just kind of want to live with the results as long as you play hard and things like that. So, I mean, that's pretty much simple.
CJ, since you guys went through the rough stretch in January, Coach Holtman has said that the seniors, the upperclassmen, have really kind of taken things over a little bit and got things back on track. What have you done? What have you tried to do to help get this team out of where it was a couple of weeks ago?
I would say be more vocal, give my teammates more confidence in themselves, whether it's taking shots, defensively, just give my team confidence. And I feel like my actions was a lot, trying to, change within myself, be more confident, show playing hard, can win a lot of games. And I feel like that kind of carried over to everybody else, whether it was talking or action. So I just feel like that kind of took over, and everybody just kind of followed it with Dre, Caleb, and KY. And I just feel like it just carried over to everybody, and it's working itself out.
As far as guys like taking on maybe different roles and having guys out, like Duane, Coach Holman has said, like you and Luther didn't have to do the things they're asking you to do last season that you have to do this year. Where do you think you guys have figured a few things out along those lines as far as being counted on in big moments at this point of the season?
I think it's mental. We worked all summer and we worked all preseason to have moments like this and to be in situations like this. And now, turning on that confidence and believing in each other while the coaches believe in you too. It kind of activates those things that you need to do. And right now, we're in those positions, and we got to close out games. We got to make big shots. We got to make big plays on the offensive, defensive end. And like I said, all that work we put in the summer and all that work we put in the preseason is showing now. And we're just trying to keep this momentum going.
Over the last month, it seems like you guys have done a much better job of sort of just handling the moments when the game can get a little back and forth and really not letting it slip the other way. Just wondering what's changed maybe over the last 8 or 9 games that's allowed you guys to just play with a little more poise in those moments?
Coach Holman always tells one possession at a time. That's been our big emphasis. You just take one possession at a time, do the best you can on that possession, and just worry about wherever else later. Just worry about that moment specifically and, just go as hard as you can. And I feel like that's what we've been doing, whether teams are making shots or we're not making shots, just one possession at a time. Just go from there, and I feel like that's been good for us.
Duane, it looked like in the handshake line, Juwan Howard had an extra couple words for you. I'm just wondering, do you have any relationship with him, or what did he say to you there?
No, I think he's cool with my uncle and probably cool with my dad. So he just said keep hooping and stay focused and stay healthy.
When you guys are coming into a game like this, knowing that you're going to be stretched as thin as you are, what are you doing to kind of keep the energy level up? Is there something specifically that you guys are trying to do as far as offensive and defensive sets to kind of keep the momentum and keep the energy going for you guys? Because I'm sure it's a long game knowing that you're going to be playing a lot more minutes maybe than you're used to.
I feel like it starts in practice. I mean, we practice hard every day, pretty much. It just starts in practice, pushing each other every day to know that we're going to have to do that in games. So why not do it in practice, try to build that and just kind of prepare for the moment. I feel like that's what we do, so it kind of starts in practice.
You mentioned the lack of size in comparison to Michigan at times. I just wonder, when you move forward and you guys don't know when Kyle is going to come back and you guys are going to probably be a little bit undersized with other teams, what does this group have to do well to make up for that?
I think we just got to play hard. Just, play extremely hard and harder than the other team. 50-50 balls got to be ours. In this situation, box out early, contact with a guy, like all those things matter that much more when you're a little smaller than the guy. So if he pins you under the rim, you got to, he's 6'9", I'm 6'3", so it's tough out there. But like I said, you just got to play extremely hard, got to win the 50-50 balls, and believe in your team, and everything will work out.
Do you think it's helped at all when you guys are playing a 6-man, 7-man rotation? I think both of you guys played 37 minutes or so. That when you get into those late game situations, I mean, you guys have been playing essentially the same lineups that you've been playing the entire game, and there's not a ton that maybe changes for you all.
I didn't get the question.
Yeah, I think it's that rhythm. It's us trusting each other, us being together, and us believing in each other, and having the utmost confidence for each other, and to make the big shots, to make the right plays, and know where you're going to be at a certain time, and stuff like that. So,
you guys hit some pretty good milestones today. 20 wins on the season, and at one point you were 4 games under 500 in the Big Ten. You now guaranteed yourselves at least 500 in the Big Ten. Could go as high as 2 games over. That's a 4, 5, 6 game turnaround. What's been the key here this last month that it seems like the circle is really tightened for you guys, and you played maybe a little bit more connected than you were previously?
Kind of how I mentioned earlier, just in practice, taking it one day at a time, one practice at a time. Just being consistent, being the same person every day, just going hard in practice, stay consistent, stay focused. I feel like that's what we've been doing for this month, knowing that we don't have as many bodies, so we got we got to do a lot more. You just got to step up for the moment. So, yeah.
With DJ and Kyle being two of the top players on this team, missing them, what does this show about the mentality of this team and the guys, like how hard you guys want it without those guys?
Yeah, we really wish they could be with us, and you got to make a choice. Are we gonna like sit back and be sad about it, or are you gonna like attack the next day, the next practice, the next game, the next whatever? So, and right now I think it's March 1st, and it's about that time to either you win or go home sooner or later. So, I think the realization, especially for our older guys, Dre, Danny, they're starting to realize that it's going to come to an end soon, and we got however many games we got left, but we got to give it our all, and we can't look back anymore. So.
Last question right there.
Yeah, Duane, both of you guys have mentioned it's now March, and CJ said we're built for this, and you're nodding. So why are you guys built for this? Why do you agree with that sentiment?
It's a lot of stuff that you guys haven't seen. That a lot of the work that we put in, a lot of the time off the floor that we spend with each other. It's just stuff like that shows in moments like this, and something that we say to each other all the time, that we built for this, and this is what we made for. This is why we came to Ohio State, for moments like this. And I think preaching that and believing in that in 100% is why we're playing well right now, and we're just trying to keep it going.